Hello, my name is Kate Augustin, and this is my presentation of cognitive psychology in the real world. The main purpose of this presentation is to highlight aspects of cognitive psychology that can be seen in and throughout the real world through media and advertisements. Change blindness is used to describe the tendency people have to miss changes in their immediate visual environment. If something in your visual field changed dramatically right before your eyes, you would notice it immediately, right? While you might think that you see or are aware of all the changes that happen in your immediate environment, the reality is that there is simply too much information for your brain to fully process and be aware of in the world around you. In this movie clip, you will see how the man attacking Spider-Man switches race. Because it is a high intensity scene, your visual cues are focused on other aspects of the fight. Attribution error is how humans explain behavior regarding both external and internal factors. Whether someone is behaving a certain way because of their personality or an aspect of their environment, the attribution error says that we have a tendency to automatically associate behaviors with internal factors rather than external. Seeing as we will know what type of factors are impacting our own decisions, we usually have a difficult time reflecting on our own actions. This is shown, ironically, through the Peanuts cartoon. Lucy is saying that she has a knack for seeing other people's faults, but overlooks her own. This is sardonic, seeing as the attribution error proves the opposite. The word categorization implies that objects are sorted into categories, usually for some kind of specific purpose. Our minds are not capable of treating every object as unique. Otherwise, we would experience too great a cognitive load to be able to process the world around us. Therefore, categorization is fundamental in language, prediction, inference, decision making, and all kinds of environmental interactions. On Facebook, you are constantly shown images like these, where you must define yourself as one or the other: Coke or Pepsi, one or multiple alarms, putting the toilet paper over or under, etc. Although they seem silly and trivial, you are actually categorizing yourself in the process. Automaticity is the ability to do things without having to think about them at a conscious level. When we do something automatically, the mind isn't occupied with the small details of the task. We acquire these skills through simple repetition and practice. In achieving automaticity, we free our working memories from the details of the task, allowing us to use that brain power to do more, building on those sets of automatic skills. For students, achieving automaticity in reading is essential, not only to their becoming effective readers, but becoming effective all-around learners. Once again, another thing you see frequently on social media is this type of post. But as an adult, because your reading automaticity is so high, you are able to read it instantly. When I showed this to my 5-year-old cousin, though, she struggled heavily. Semantic memory is a type of memory that holds meaning and general knowledge, where our specific experiences don't come into play. For example, the question, how many minutes are in an hour? You don't have to remember the exact moment in your life that you learned it. Semantic memory allows us to automatically remember that there are 60 minutes in an hour, without having to recall the specific event that led to us learning the information. Normal aging leads to changes in the brain, especially in areas involved in learning and memory. With Alzheimer's disease, the damage regarding the remembrance of someone's name or a specific date is more severe and ultimately affects larger regions of the brain. Unfortunately, my grandfather has been living with Alzheimer's since I was around 15. Slowly, it has become more and more difficult for him to name a common household object or to list objects in a category, such as farm animals or types of birds. And while it is heartbreaking to watch, it is a clear example of how diseases can impact our semantic memories. Eidetic memory is visual imagery of almost photographic accuracy. In eidetic memory, a person has almost perfect mental image of an event in their memory. The character, Spencer Reid, on the TV show Criminal Minds, claims to possess eidetic memory. In this clip, he is scanning books to commit them. What isn't shown is later, when Spencer is followed by the audience into his mind. We are shown that he has taken mental images of the pages and is flipping through the pictures to find the accurate information. And while it is a TV show, it is still pretty cool. What might be a clear block for problem solving is the problem space. And in an escape room, the space is critical. A key point of going to an escape room is the fact that while they want you to succeed, there will be red herrings scattered along the way. The extra information in the room, as well as the possibility of functional fixedness, makes it clear that escape rooms are obvious intentional blocks towards people's problem solving skills. My junior year of high school, I went to Germany. It was a wonderful experience, and I would never change it for the world. I have been taking German for about 3 years by then and had quite a good handle on the language. But since I was so used to speaking formally, my host family would poke fun at how serious I was in day to day conversation. After speaking with a teacher once, my host sister told me certain words I mispronounced or missed altogether. She would wait until after a conversation to point things out, or not say anything at all. This negative evidence got to a point where I eventually just asked her to stop me in the middle of my sentence and correct me. And while I'm sure she felt guilty doing so, my German clearly improved, and thanks her to this day. The term hindsight bias refers to the tendency people have to view events as more predictable than they really are. Before an event takes place, while you might be able to offer a guess as to the outcome, there is really no way to actually know what's going to happen. After an event, people often believe that they knew the outcome of the event before it actually happened. This is why it is often referred to as the "I knew it all along" phenomenon. In this cartoon, the psychic is boasting about how informative and all knowing he is, that when he is told his car is being towed, responds with, "Oh, I knew they would do that." If he had known they would tow his car, why would he have parked it there in the first place? This has been my presentation on cognitive psychology in the real world. Thank you.